I understand the Liberals want to protect the Liberal minister. I'm not here for that. I'm here for answers. Let's keep going here. Minister, 600 foreign nationals were set to be deported. 70% of them committed violent crimes, including sex assaults. Where are they?
Thank you, Mr. Caputo. Thank you for that question. As you're aware, the Canada Border Services Agency is tasked with removals of those who are deemed to be
Minister, I'm sorry, we don't need a preamble. We just need an answer. Where are the 600 people who were set to be deported? Maybe I'll ask this way. Do you know where they are? Yes or no?
Mr. Chair, if I may respond to this question in whole. So, as you're aware, the CBSA is tasked with the removal of those who are inadmissible to Canada. In this particular case, we have been ensuring that removals have been taking place at an unprecedented rate.
I asked about the 600 people, Minister. I didn't ask about removals at an unprecedented rate. Do you know where they are? Yes or no?
Well, there is a set of
I'll take that as a no, Minister. Let's move on.
Let's be clear, Mr. Caputo. There are a number of individuals who are in the process of being removed. So of the 600 you talk about, there is a breakdown, and I'd like to invite Gorman to respond to this.
You are the Minister. You are the expert. The Globe and Mail reported 600 people are missing. You're the Minister. You're expected to know this. The buck stops with you. We have 6 minutes. You don't know. Let's move on. You promised 1,000 new border officers for the CBSA. How many have been hired?
So right now, as you're aware, we are in the process of ensuring that the 1,000 new CBSA officers will be trained appropriately.
Again, Minister, you're answering questions I'm not asking. I asked how many were hired. Simple number.
Mr. Caputo, I'm not here for your TikTok videos, okay? Like I'm here to.
No, and Minister, I'm here to answer.
I'm here to answer questions.
Mr. Minister, let's just these conversations are important, but they need to be understandable.
I'll commence. First of all, TikTok is banned in Canada. Second, I don't have an account. I'm here for Canadians. I'm here for answers. You can obfuscate. I will continue to press forward. RCMP didn't know how many of the 1,000 officers that they promised were hired. Just a number. How many?
So I will invite the RCMP
No,
Commissioner
I want to hear it from you,
Minister.
From you, Minister.
Mr. Caputo, I'm not responsible for hiring of the officers.
You're not. I beg your pardon. You are the Minister.
I'm sorry. This is not useful because it is obviously impossible for anyone
Mr. Chair, I'll be
listening
very clear. I'm asking the Minister these questions. The buck stops with him. I'm not asking for him to defer to anybody. If he doesn't know the answer, just say it. Just the other day on a recording, he said, "Don't ask me to explain the logic to you." He was perfectly capable of saying it then. He's capable of saying it now. Minister, do you know the number of the 1,000 promised RCMP officers? Yes or no?
The RCMP are preparing to hire 1,000, including ensuring that training facilities at depot are equipped, because this will be solely for federal policing, and the work at depot to ensure that the right modules, the right level of training is in place is currently being prepared, and as soon as they're able to recruit, they will be hired and they will be on our streets.
Okay, that is a zero, I take it then, because you wouldn't give us a number. Now, Mr., you said in leaked audio that the gun buyback wouldn't work. Do you stand by that?
That is not what I said, Mr. Caputo.
Well, you could have fooled me, Minister. You actually said, quote, don't ask me to explain the logic to you. You talked about how it's only been 3 weeks on the job. I'm not an expert on this, right? I'm not an expert. The tone that you said was that this wouldn't work. It was being done for politics. Do you stand by that, yes or no?
That is not correct.
You You believe that the buyback will work?
The buyback is right now being implemented. There's a pilot
not what
right
I
now
asked.
in Cape Breton.
That is not what I asked.
Mr. Chair, I would like, I think the fair way to do this is that I get adequate time to respond to questions posed. So if I may, the buyback program is currently being implemented. There's a pilot right now in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. From all accounts, the registration appears to be going well. We are ironing out any logistical issues that may arise.
Okay. That registration,
the program will be expanded
let's talk
across
about that.
Point of order,
cannot
Mr.
be-
Chair.
it-
To add, Mr. Chair, that TikTok is not banned in Canada. It's available on the app stores. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I will reclaim my time, Canadians' time, when the minister is going on and on for speaking. I understand the Liberals want to protect the Liberal minister. I'm not here for that. I'm here for answers. Let's keep going here. You spoke about Cape Breton Island. Now, there is a chief who is the brother-in-law to a Liberal MP on Cape Breton Island. Did you speak with that chief in respect of this buyback? Just a yes or no, please.
Speaker, as you know, the Mass Casualty Commission report.
That's not what I asked, Minister. I asked whether you spoke with a chief.
Mr. Chair, I would like the opportunity to respond. The Mass Casualty Commission report indicated that governments need to do everything in their powers to
I
ensure
asked
that
whether you
assault
Mr.
style-
Caputo, I'm
No,
sorry, I'm
Minister,
sorry.
Mr. Chair, he
No,
doesn't
no.
get to talk out the clock. He has to answer.
I'm
I asked
sorry,
whether he
I'm
spoke
sorry,
with a
I'm
chief,
sorry.
Chair. That's it. He doesn't get to talk
I'm
about
sorry,
turkey
no,
basters
no,
or
no.
whatever we're going to talk about here. He has to speak about the questions he's given, and I won't stand for this as somebody representing Canadians to let him talk out the clock. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair.
Point
but I
of
won't
order.
do that.
Okay, thank you. You have
Mr.
another
Sassi.
10 seconds, Mr. Caputo.
Did you speak with that chief? Yes or no?
Mr. Chair, the Mass Casualty Commission report in Nova Scotia indicated that governments need to do everything in their powers to get assault style
You spoke with a
firearms
Liberal
confiscated.
insider.
That's
Didn't
it.
tell
Thank
us.
you so much for the first.
Thank you. Minister, I appreciate you was talking about the rise in hate in Canada and the meetings that you said you've had with synagogues and mosque communities. Are you aware that 123 churches have been burned, vandalized, or desecrated in the last 4 years in Canada?
Mr. Lloyd, I am aware that a number of places of worship, including churches, have been vandalized, yes.
Have you met with any of those congregations, Minister?
I have not met with those specific congregations, but I have met with many members of different church and faith groups.
You haven't met with any of the members of the congregations in Canada, churches that have been subject to hate crimes over the last 4 years in this country?
I have not, no.
Is it because hate crimes against Christians aren't a priority for this government, Minister?
That's absolutely incorrect.
Well, you said you met with synagogues and mosques, which I do appreciate. Those communities need your support, Minister, but Christian communities also need your support. Why have you not met with any of those communities, Minister?
Well, I can tell you that I meet with faith leaders, I meet with Christian leaders across Canada all the time.
Thank you.
I've met with...
I'm going to move on to the next question. There have been allegations made that there was an Antifa member who threw smoke bombs into a church service in Montreal this past summer. The allegations are that they're a government employee that work on a military base outside of Montreal. Are you aware of these allegations, and are they being investigated?
Allegations such as that are investigated by the police of jurisdiction, so that in this case it would be the City of Montreal Police.
Considering that this is a potential terrorism case, does this concern you? Are you at all concerned about potentially a government employee being a member of an organization like Antifa and committing a crime like throwing smoke bombs in a church service?
I'm concerned at every incidence of hate at any place, including churches, and certainly the allegation involves government employees. That makes me more concerned.
Minister, prominent members of your caucus have called for the banning of the SKS. These are hunting rifles that are used by Indigenous people and many others. Can you confirm to this committee, yes or no, is your government planning on banning the SKS?
No, but what I can say is that the expert panel is tasked to come up with recommendations.
To clarify,
on
are you
that.
saying no, we can't confirm, or no, you are not banning the SKS?
No, we're not.
Okay. Minister, only a third of the $750 million that you're planning on spending on this gun confiscation is for compensating firearms owners. This number is estimated to be well short of the amount that's needed. If you continue on and compensate all these firearm owners, it's going to be well over $1 billion. How can you justify that expense when we've been told by the Customs and Immigration Union that we only have 300 CBSA officers who are at the borders and removing potentially violent criminals from Canada. How can you justify that expense?
I think that number is incorrect with respect to CBSA, and I can ask Ms. O'Gorman if you wish to clarify.
I'll move on
that.
to the next question. Thank you, Minister. Minister, trappers, foresters, biologists, Ms. O'Gorman, if you could provide that in writing to this committee at a later time, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. Trappers, foresters, biologists, and other wilderness workers require protection from dangerous animals like cougars and bears. Minister, do you believe that these individuals should be able to carry handguns for their personal protection?
They should be able to carry the right type of equipment to do their job that is in line with Canadian law.
So these professionals, they do have to carry a lot of equipment into the wilderness. They can't just carry a rifle. It can be very heavy with all their other equipment. A sidearm is necessary for their safety. Do you support their right to do this?
I support their right to be equipped with the right type of tools that they need to do their job effectively and safely in line with Canadian law.
Does that include a handgun when necessary?
Again, I will repeat what I said, Mr. Lloyd.
Are you aware of what an authorization to carry is, Minister?
Yes, I am.
Are you aware what it takes to get an authorization to carry in Canada?
Yes, I am.
What is required to get an authorization to carry?
What will be required is a course that will ensure that they're properly trained in carrying the said type of firearm.
Yes, a proof of proficiency test. I'm pleased that you understand that, Minister. Minister, since your government brought in the handgun freeze, it's now become impossible for anyone to transfer or purchase a handgun. So how do you expect people to pass a proficiency test if they can never get access to a handgun?
Well, listen, these, as you're aware, this legislation was brought in as part of Bill C-21 and previously through a number of orders and councils. To date, we believe that the program is working well.
These members cannot get their proficiency test because of C-21. You're asking these people to go on their trap lines, to go into the forest without the proper equipment that they need. Do you commit to fixing this, Minister? Because you're putting these people's lives at risk because they can't access handguns because your government, in a reckless ideological decision, completely banned the transfer of handguns. So people cannot get their authorizations to carry. They cannot get their proficiency tests. What are you going to do to fix this, Minister?
Unfortunately, the time is over.
I just want to pick up on what the last question was because there seems to be a bit of a contradiction. So you have mentioned to my colleague that you would not ban the SKS. However, it's still under review whether you would ban the purchase and sale of the SKS. Can you please clarify?
Sure. At this point, there is no plan to ban the SKS. Okay, there's no. But however, the expert panel, there is an expert panel, as you're aware, as part of Bill C-21, that will, that if they do recommend movement on it, then we will make.
Okay, so this isn't a permanent promise. This is just a for now promise that we're not banning the SKS for now.
The commitment that I've made is that there's 2,500 prohibited firearms as part of the 3 sets of orders in council that are the subject of the buyback program. So those will.
Don't know, please just tell us, please don't ask the officials. Since the Liberal government took power, how much is violent crime up, sir?
Well, I can assure the member that crime overall is generally on the downward trend across Canada.
It's I'll help you. It's 55%. Again, just a number. What are homicides up since the Liberal government took power?
In the city of Toronto, it's down 51% from this time last year.
That's not what I asked, sir. I asked how much homicides are up. 29% since your government took power. What about sexual assaults? What are they up since your government took power? Just a number, please.
Mr. Caputo, this is not a test. Okay, so let me just suggest that overall, general trend of crime has been going down. Having said that, I think there's a lot of work that we need to do. There are areas that are of concern, and as a government, we're bringing forward legislation to
Minister,
strengthen issues
with respect,
such as bail.
Minister, I asked for numbers. Okay, you are the minister, so with all due respect, we can ask these questions on behalf of Canadians and do it in good faith. What's extortion up since your government took power? Just a number, please.
Again, let me just say that overall, there's some type of crimes that are on the uptick.
330%, Minister. Auto theft, What is that up since your government took power? Just a number, please.
It's down 19% nationwide. It's down 25% in Ontario and 22% in Quebec.
And it's up 25.33% since your government took power. What about hate crimes? MP Lloyd talked to you about that. What are they up since your government took power? Just a number, please.
Hate crime has, since particularly October 7th of 2023, it's been up significantly.
258% in the last 10 years. And you still haven't met with some of the congregations. How about gun crime? Not the last year, the last 10 years. What is it up, Minister? Just a number, please.
Well, let me suggest, Mr. Caputo, if you're serious about ensuring the safety and security of Canadians and addressing issues of gun crimes.
That's not what I asked,
We need to
sir.
have a holistic approach.
Minister,
Attention.
Minister.
Monsieur Caputo, je vais le dire en français cette fois-ci.
With all due respect, Minister, I prosecuted gun crimes on a number of occasions. Please, I understand the impacts of gun crimes. I've looked victims in the eye. Victims who I think will want to know that the minister knows that gun crime has soared 130% since Liberals took office. How about
Mr. Caputo,
no, I'm asking the question here, Minister. This is my time on behalf of Canadians to ask questions, sir. How about in Toronto? Total violent crime. How much is it up since 2015?
Mr. Caputo, I, in my previous role, unfortunately have had to bury a number of young people who lost their lives to gun violence. There isn't a person in this room that will say that gun violence of any form is acceptable. What we need to do here in this parliament and this committee and across party lines is to have a mature conversation about the impacts of guns.
And I am happy
without
to do
politicizing
that,
it, and
Minister, we have very limited time. I have one more question for you. Is Toronto safe?
Mr. Caputo, I represent Scarborough, Guildwood, Rouge Park. It is a very safe community. Around the city of Toronto, it is safe. There are incidents that have happened that may appear to make it unsafe, but I can tell you from the Toronto Police Service, homicides are down 51% from last year. Shooting and firearms discharge are down 40% from this time last year. Overall, for example, auto theft are down above 22%.
Mr. Au does need some time. Thank you.
30 seconds, MP Au.
Minister, as the Public Safety Minister, are you aware of the diversion of so-called safe supply drugs to the black market in BC?
There are issues that are happening in BC, and a lot of it falls under the jurisdiction of the province, Mr. Au.
Do you know the magnitude of the problem? Do you know how much money flowed into the hands of the criminals?
Mr. Au, the issues around illegal drugs.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but time is up.
Minister, I want to continue with my question. So do you know the magnitude of the problem that the safer supply drugs are being resold to the criminals?
Mr. Au, I recognize the deep impact of drugs, illegal drugs, including what you're suggesting, which is selling of safe supply, has on communities. It is abhorrent. I've had the chance to meet with many law enforcement, even including in British
Minister,
Columbia.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but do you know the magnitude? So how many pills were being get into the hands of the criminals? How much money flowed into the hands of the criminals? Do you know that?
Mr. Au, with respect to British Columbia, I do not know that.
Okay. Now, again, do you know that the police chief of London, Mr. Tai Tran, said that the safer supply program are fueling the illegal drug trade? Are you aware of that?
I've had the opportunity to meet with the police services in London. The chief, when I visited there, was not in London, so I wasn't able to meet with him, but I was met with his deputies as well as a number of his superintendents. We talked about some of the challenges that they face in their downtown, including on issues
Minister,
around safe
you know,
supply.
because of the time I have to interrupt. So clearly, you do not have the information So is it not your obligation to be informed?
Mr. Rao, I am well aware of the challenges that are faced by our main streets, many of our municipalities. I've been working with the fentanyl czar. Even yesterday I met with the fentanyl czar and several organizations relating to mental health. I have visited many of the downtowns of incidences that you're talking about, and I deeply understand the challenges that we face. It is a culmination of issues that congregate.
Okay, again, sorry for the interruption. Now, this is an article in a medical journal, JAMA, and in this article, it reported that the Safer Supply Program was associated with increased opioid-related hospitalizations, expanded illegal supply, and increased demand of illicit drugs. So are you aware of this report?
I did not personally read that report, no, I did not.
So you are not on top of the issue. So how could...
Mr. Rao, you're showing me a piece of paper. You don't even cite what the article is. You don't cite who the author is. You don't cite who the researcher is. You don't cite with which institution is attached to it, and you're asking me to comment on it. I'm telling you that I have
obligation.
not.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. MP Ao. This is becoming difficult to understand and to follow.
So is it not your obligation and your responsibility to be informed and be on top of the issues so that Canadians will not suffer from the illegal supply of drugs on the streets?
Mr. Rao, I invite you to go through my itinerary over the last 4.5 months. Every major city, every mid-sized municipality I've visited. I have visited the downtowns. I have visited many of the areas where there are challenges, including on drug use, on fentanyl use, on meth use, and I wholly understand the challenges. Let's not
let's not question each other. Political problem.
Mr. Rao,
Sorry.
If I may,
Mr. Minister and MP Ao,
yeah, I'm particularly talking about the Safer Supply Program. It's because of exemption given by your government that these drugs are being flowed into the hands of criminals. More people die of overdose. More young people are being, get into drugs, and the money that flow into the hands of criminals are making the problems even worse. And the Canadians are feeling that they are not being safe in their community. So how could you not take responsibility?
Mr. Rao, you're talking about a program that is run by the provinces. Safe Supply is not that's run by the federal government or authorized by the federal government. It is at the request of the provinces that these programs run. I will take responsibility for a lot of things, Mr. Rao, but I'm not taking responsibility for something that the province is responsible for. What I do want to talk about, if I may, is...
So again, sorry to interrupt, I would pass on the time to my colleague, Mr. Gill.
unfortunately, there are only 10 seconds left, MP Gill, so I doubt that there will be an answer.
Well, I'll make it very straightforward question here. Do you know the leading cause of death for children in BC?
Look, I think there are a lot of things happening, but I know fentanyl is amongst the top.
Yes, so
I'm
overdose.
sorry to interrupt, but that's all the time we got.
Does the minister have an RPAL?
Minister.
Can you repeat that question?
Member.
I'll rephrase, Chair. Does the minister know what an RPAL is?
Minister.
I do not.
Member.
Does the minister know what the CFSC is?
Minister.
I do not know.
Member.
I'll stipulate, Chair, that is the Canadian's firearm safety course that all gun owners in Canada have to do to get their firearms license. Has the Minister ever done the Canadian firearm safety course?
The Honourable Minister.
Speaker, it's my third week on the job. No, I have not.
The Honourable Member.
Does the Minister know what safety classes and safety demands are expected of law-abiding Canadian gun owners?
The Honourable Minister.
This is not about law-abiding gun owners, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member.
How can the Minister make that claim when he doesn't know the basic fundamentals of law-abiding gun ownership in this country, Chair?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Bill 21 is meant to get serious, dangerous weapons off our streets.
The Honourable Member, very briefly, and just confirming that he's splitting his time 3 ways.
Chair, will the Minister commit to taking the Canadian firearm safety course so he'll know what he's talking about?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I do not intend to purchase a firearm or use a firearm.